That's why he lost. Justin Pipe, a little bit on edge, a little bit nervous, as he would be in his match against James Wade. Big moment for him, big tournament for the tree surgeon from Taunton in Somerset.
$140.
Yeah, it was an interesting experiment before, wasn't it? The fact that, you know, Vincent can throw 9 darts before Justin Pipe has thrown his third.
Yeah, but I don't think that will, you know, it might seem contrary to belief, but I think that Van der Voort plays much better at a slower pace. You know, he's still the same rhythm on his release and his
100.
tempo, but I think he, you know, it allows him just a little bit of thought time.
Yeah, it was a good point you made. I think sometimes when he plays the quicker players, he actually speeds up if that's possible. Back-to-back 140s, bears that out at the start of this leg as he looks to break the throw of Justin Pipe in the opener. But yeah, sometimes he gets quicker, he gets above himself, if you like, in front of himself.
And he almost does sweat up. He gets hot. You can see him getting hot and bothered, and he becomes too intense. You know, it's a funny old game, this one. You've got to be 110% concentration,
100.
but completely relaxed.
Yeah, one of the 13 players who played in the first ever Grand Slam back in 2007, who is on show
60
in Grand Slam 4 here this year in 2010. But when I was looking back, doing a bit of research, that surprised me, the fact that Van der Voort hasn't yet got out the group stages. He's a far better player than that. And of course, he'll forever be in the Grand Slam history books, won't he? Losing to Anastasia and then beating Taylor 12 months ago.
Well, if we need a bigger example of darts being on the day, that is it.
55. Vincent requires 161.
Well, Colin Lloyd, top of the shop. We've seen 170 finish from Lloyd earlier today.
50.
Of course, it doesn't get any
Vincent
better than that.
161.
His opponent, Darryl Fitton, had a 150 in the same game, didn't he?
Yeah, he went 180, 150 out, 330 and 6. Well, Van der Voort's going to be back. And this will be for a breaker throw.
Yeah, we'll look downstairs at treble 19.
137.
Good darts from Justin Pipe, settling in after his first match against James Wade. Needs a treble 17 here.
51.
So Pipe has earned the right
24.
darts at double 12 for the first leg against the Dutchman, and they both know how important it is. Losing their opening matches, the loser here almost certainly, you would say, is going home. I think it's only happened once in the history of the Grand Slam that a player has got 2 points and qualified, and that was Mark Webster last year. Lost 2 games but still got through.
Scored. Vincent requires
3 bad
60.
misses though for Pipe, and a chance for Van der Voort to break. All the hard work done by Justin Pipe, then missed the doubles.
Well, I can just put that down to a lack of big-time experience.
Game shown the
You can put that down to a lot of big-time experience. He'd be fuming with himself there after setting that shot lovely with the 137. He lost control of the leg and then regained control, only to hand it back.
But it is, isn't it? It's all about gaining
58.
experience. I mean, you look at Justin Pipe and Mark Hilton, who we'll see a little bit later on, who've decided to give it a go, a gamble, and have a go at the PDC Tour to try and make a living out of darts. And when you first come on and play in the big TV tournaments, it ain't easy. As we saw, Hilton lost his first match 5-0 to Gary Anderson. It's all about gaining that experience, and Hilton
44.
and Justin Pipe here will both see at the World Championships at the Ali Pali, and you know they'll all be better for the experience of the Grand Slam.
And there's plenty of players as well. We
180.
just see the first 180 of the match from Vincent. There's a lot of players waiting in the wings as well. You know, there's Steve Farmer, Nigel Hayden. You know, think of the players that are not here that are still currently active. Kevin Painter, Jelle Klassen. You know, we could do a field of 64 here and it'd, you know, be just as competitive, I think. So many good players out there at the moment.
137.
Good response from Justin Pipe, but it's advantage to Vincent Van der Voort here.
out to Mark Hilton. I mean, it was for his. I mean, you'd have to say it's his first big-time main stage debut. Which, I mean, he averaged 90.52, which, you know, that's not a bad average. It's, you know, that's still very, very good darts. So what I'd call it the lower end of the elite level.
Blocking the bed will switch.
97.
To good effect. He's hit that treble 19 on 3 occasions already here. Treble 20 would leave tops.
85.
That was a slack dart from Van der Voort. And he's done well, hasn't he? When Van der Voort and Klassen and Van Gerwen and Mervyn King all came across to the PDC, which is nearly 3 years ago now, and a lot of people thought that Vincent would be the one to struggle.
Yeah, everybody thought he was going to be the weakest link of the trio of Dutch stars coming over, but you know, as he proved, I think that year or the year after, he reached the final of the UK Open, losing to Barneveld.
53.
You know, he was the one that went on with, and still has the most success, I fancy.
Well, that's 21 treble 7 scored. So
55.
he'll be back.
Justin requires 170.
Unless Justin Pipe can emulate Colin Lloyd and take out 170.
Not this time.
He's not
60.
rushed though, is he?
Vincent
He does it his own
40.
way, at his own pace, in his own time.
Yeah, I've known him a few years, and he's not changed.
Game shown the second leg. Vincent
holds comfortably enough.
Third leg is just to throw
2-0 lead.
Game on.
Not setting the world on fire average-wise.
For Vincent, from here on in, having won the opening 2 legs, he'll want to race through this game. Leg difference could decide who qualifies for the knockout stages. Yeah, he started well. He reached a televised final at Bolton in the UK Open, but by his
59.
standards this year, just having a quick look at Van der Voort's stats, it's been his worst trot since he joined the PDC. World Championship second round,
60.
the Players Championship finals at the Circus Tavern back in January, lost in the first round. UK Open fell at the first hurdle. World Match Play second round, European Championship first round, World Grand Prix first round. It's been a poor year in the big events for Van der Voort, so he's got a little bit to prove here.
Yeah, it's been a lean 12 months. I'm surprised with all those results. His rankings has remained
137.
around the 20 mark. He's done well, really, but he will know that he hasn't got a great deal to defend over the next 12 months as
61.
we go into the new era of the Pro Tour. 128 players only.
And sad to say, you're not going to be one of them. You've decided that this career and darts is not for you anymore. Is that right?
Yep, that's yeah. I came to the decision that enough was enough. It wasn't doing me well in the mind, and yeah, I decided to call it a day. I've had my 5 minutes of fame, and I've had my chances, and it wasn't meant to be. And I just don't think flogging a dead horse is a good idea, especially as I've got so much passion and love for the game, and you know, I love looking back at the great old legends of the game, and I've had a great time. I've had a chance to play amongst most of my heroes, and I've been involved in a few great matches, so I've got no regrets really. Maybe could have gone to bed a little bit earlier.
140.
One more tournament and then that's it.
Yeah, I'm going to play in the World Champs qualifiers in Derby in a couple of weeks' time. And even if I do qualify, which is unlikely,
41.
Then the World Pro would be my swan song.
Well, Justin Pipe looking at winning a leg here, holding his throw. He's double 8, and it will be 2-1. Yeah, well done. A much better leg from Justin Pipe. 2-1 it is.
To throw first. Game on.
Possibly, if you are talking about regrets in your career, the big chance you had to possibly win Lakeside and you blew it.
Yeah, it was tough. 4-2 up on Anki in the semi-final, one leg all, double 8 after 9 and 51 after 9, and didn't win either leg, and that would have taken me into the final, as we all know that's where Ted Anki beat Ronnie Baxter 6-0. Finished with that magical 170. Yeah, I think that possibly was my best chance. We had great chances in the match play. Semi-final, lost 13-11 to Baxter, and you know, I've walked into Taylor in 9 quarterfinals in majors, and that's just tough, I'm afraid. You know, I think I grew up in well, when I say grew up, I played in a great era. I played in a Hankey era, and then obviously the Taylor era, and then the Barneveld era, and now the new era with the Wades, Lewis, Gary Anderson. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, and it's tough for all the guys out there, and you've got to really genuinely be prepared to put hours and hours and hours of work in, and I just fell out of love with the game and just didn't feel that I could
100.
you have to be 100% committed. You know, Rod Harrington goes on about a lot, and Phil Taylor also. You know, that's what you get for putting in the hard work, and if you don't, that's what you get back.
Well, you heard it here first. Chris Mason announcing his retirement, and we wish you all the best in whatever it is that you decide to do away from darts. And wouldn't it just be ironic if you did qualify for the World Championship?
Well, I'm actually after your job, Stuart, so.
I have nothing to say to that, Chris. We'll let Vincent van der Voort's darts do the talking rather than me on that, I think.
If Harry Hill was here, he'd say fight.
Seriously, though, we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, Stuart.
Second maximum for Vincent van der Voort, setting up a
132.
A shot here, but some pressure from Justin Pipe, who's upped his average to 94. Double 16. Important leg this, just before the break. Van der Voort knows it. I'll tell you what, he did really well there, because it was totally out of character. The first dart, and he just stepped back. Don't usually see Vincent van der Voort do that. But the Dutchman strikes out first here in the opening game, Sunday night, day 2 of the Grand Slam. Van der Voort leads 3-1. Day 2 of the Grand Slam here at the Wolverhampton Civic, and a big night ahead. The likes of Whitlock and Webster and Van der Voort here fighting for survival. Justin Pipe as well. The Dutchman 3-1 up in the race to 5. Realistically, the loser of this goes home.
Make or break darts. Van der Voort really would relish a 5-1 win just to correct that 5-1 loss.
It wipes the slate 59. Clean, doesn't it? Going into his last game, which of course was against James Wade. So still a lot of work to be done for both players here if they want to get 48. Through to the knockout stages.
And with Tony O'Shea in this group, I don't think he'll be doing anyone any favours. Not the way he played in his first round match.
Yes, as Matt mentioned, the BDO boys have done pretty well. I mean, Darryl Fitton lost today, but he had a dart to beat Colin Lloyd and lost in a decider.
60.
Martin Phillips was terrific in beating Adrian Lewis.
Outstanding, wasn't he?
Yeah, Ted Hankey taking out Wes Newton. And
well, that just shows you what you said about the difference of playing on the big stage. No question, Wes is the form horse at the moment, and he struggled.
Well, Kostompy, who started the day off here on day 2, was 4-0 down to Scott Waits and came back to 4-all before Waits won a deciding leg.
It was a terrific afternoon of darts today.
137.
Good darts here from Justin Pipe. Trying to hold on to his throw and then pressurise Vincent van der Voort.
120.
Well, that was in and it was out. That third dart just clipped one of the other ones out, didn't it? Well, that is unlucky. That is unlucky.
It's a great second dart from Pipe. Just laid it on top.
140.
Average-wise, Stuart, he's nearly 10 points in front.
Yeah.
Yet trails 3-1.
Sometimes the stats do lie.
Requires 105.
But Van der Voort has hit 3 out of 6 on the doubles, Pipe just 1 out of 4, and that's why Vincent has the lead. That crucial break of throw coming in the opening leg of the match. Just certainly a chance here now for Van der Voort. How important could this prove to be? Well within his scope.
Well, he's one of them kind of players, if he doesn't hit it first dart, the finish, he tends to struggle. He tends to take 3 or 4, but with 1 dart in his hand, he's usually pretty deadly.
88.
Well, that puts pressure on Pipe's 41.
Well, those missed darts, those 3 missed darts in the first leg at the moment, the difference between the players. So double 16 for Justin Pipe to stay in this match. Biggest dart he's thrown at the Grand Slam coming up.
9 score.
Just pressure.
Vincent requires
Just pressure.
16.
Well, he's annoyed with himself. Real emotion etched on the face of Justin Pipe. And this for a real steal. Ooh, that was nearer the treble. We'll talk about facial expressions.
Well,
that second dart was just as good as that first dart was poor. A puzzled look on the face of Vincent van der Voort, but he breaks the throw and he has the darts.
And as a player, there's very few things more annoying than that. When they're a mile away and then just slot it in. It's a bit like when they can hit a fat number and then hit the fat number and hit the double bang in the middle.
Disappointment then for Justin Pipe.
Double breakdown.
If you weren't with us on the opening day, it's quite a story. 15, 16 years ago, involved in a serious car accident, and his right arm was paralysed for over 3 months, and he actually started playing darts to a decent standard with his left hand before he got the feeling back in his right arm, and decided just 12 months ago to have another go at darts full time. But he really is a story of courage, Justin Pipe, as far as the darts is concerned.
Yeah, he's a great player, and when I was playing, I had many a practice session with him, and he's frightening. Really does score everything. Loads of 180s and 140s.
Just about transferring that onto the main stage is a huge difference. I mean, you know, you'll know all about that, but you could be absolutely brilliant in practice, and literally 3 minutes later, totally different player.
It's whether you just automatically get used to the surroundings and, you know, your environment. There's very few players literally get up there for the first time and find it easy.
60.
It's intimidating, there's pressure, there's the pressure of all the people coming to watch you. And it's a completely different environment up there, the lights, the heat.
It's been a good performance from Van der Voort, though. Still to come, the likes of Mark Webster, Simon Whitlock, Dave Chisnell, the story maker on day 1, James Wade and Tony O'Shea, King against Jenkins, and Anderson against Jones to round off day 2. Some
93.
really big darts to come. But surely it's Van der Voort's match here. 46 left. Well, that was just total loss of concentration. Missed the big 14, which would have left double 16. He's left it anyway, but he should have had a dart to win it there.
I'm not sure what that is in Dutch, but I should imagine it was damn or something like that.
Well, Vincent van der Voort lost his opening game to Tony O'Shea 5-1. Is he going to wipe the slate and get on the board here? Double 8. Double 4. Yeah, so Van der Voort takes it. And that defeat will just about make sure that the qualifier Justin Pike is out of the Grand Slam.